And welcome back. There is my Sunday summary slide. I'm making progress. And here we are. Hello, welcome to Sunday Summary. It's been a while since I've done the Sunday Summary, but I kind of took the summer off. Wasn't exactly planning to do that, but here we are. The equipment's all set up, and I'm trying to make some strides to just up the production level by a little bit. So this is Sunday Summary for September 8th, 2019. I'm recording this on Thursday, so it was a few days ago, and I'm already looking forward to the next week. But I want to get back in the practice of doing these Sunday Summaries. Several people have told me that they really appreciate them and they enjoy them, so I wanted to continue this process of talking about the thoughts of the Gospel and of the homily from the past week and some announcements that there might be. So this weekend was a challenging gospel. They've been very challenging of at least recent weeks. And this was one of the key phrases was Jesus says, unless you hate your brothers and your sisters, your mother, your father, even your own life, you cannot be my disciple. And then he says, you must renounce all of your possessions if you're going to be my disciples. And so the question that I kind of opened up with the homily is what in your life is more precious to you than Jesus Christ? What in your life is more precious to you than Jesus Christ? And I was saying really the only appropriate answer for a disciple is that there is nothing that's more precious to us than Jesus Christ. That he is the most precious in our life. I talked a little bit about Gollum, the Gollum from the Lord of the Rings stories. Remember where he had the ring of power? If you've not seen those movies, they're quite good. And they are a lot of themes, Christian themes. J.R.R. Tolkien was in fact a Catholic and had Catholic themes as part of the idea of writing the Lord of the Rings. And the idea of Gollum, as I was sharing, is his whole life became about that obsession with that ring of power, and he called it my precious. I had the Spanish Mass too, so I had to watch a little bit of the Spanish Lord of the Rings, and it's not mi precioso, it's mi tesoro. So my treasure, my precious, the most valuable thing. And so that eventually led to his destruction, right? Because his whole life was about that. It led him to that very dark place in the cave, isolation. It was like his own personal hell. And I was relating that anything that we have in our lives that becomes more central, more precious, more important to us than Jesus Christ, it will eventually lead to our destruction, like the Gollum. So that's something for us to consider. So what are we putting in our lives? That includes all those good things. That marriage obviously is something beautiful and holy. Children are something that's beautiful and holy, but they are not the center of our lives. And anytime we put them as the center of our lives, that's a problem. I was commenting how sometimes on Facebook people will put pictures of their children or their husband or their fiance or whatever, and they'll say, my everything, this is the reason I live, or whatever. But that's putting people who don't belong in the center, and it's eventually going to lead to destruction and out of context, out of whack priorities. And a way for us to think is because that word is very strong that Jesus says, unless you hate. But the original Greek, as I was reading in the commentaries, has a sense of unless you love less, which is perhaps a good way for us to think. Although it seems to soften it a bit, maybe for us to think of, for us to love less these things and love Jesus more means therefore then that we can actually love more those people that are important to us, because Jesus is God, and God is love. Therefore, loving Jesus doesn't actually detract from our love from other people, but actually helps us to love more, because we put our love centered on the one who is love and who showed us the method of love so clearly in the cross, that he gave himself completely for us. So we have to put that moment of trust, really, that we say we trust in the Lord. We believe in our God. We believe in the God who saves us, and that he will lead us to salvation. So he is love, and if we are to love more fully, then we do follow fully the way of love. That was kind of my thought there for the Sunday summary for September 8th. So then I sometimes talk in these Sunday summaries just kind of about some announcements. I did talk about the importance of the capital campaign that we are undertaking with the Archbishop. I'm not going to talk so much about that in this video, but we did talk about it this past Tuesday in our Tuesday Night Live, so maybe I can put a little link there to that so you can have access directly to that. Now I'm learning how to do this trick on the computer. I've got a new program that I'm using, and I want to try some things. So if you're done here, that's okay, because I'm just going to try some things. I want to see if a video thing will work, if I can transfer it to the other thing. I went to the Unity Fest at my old parish at Our Lady of Unity, and I took a little bit of video, and I'm just going to see if I can put that video now into this stream. So let's see what happens. I'm going to try it right now. Okay, so I think that worked. I think it worked, and now I'm going to try another video and just see if that one works. Because we did have our meeting for our convocation, which was, I think, great. We got this great convocation coming up in October, and here's just a little film of what was going on there.
Great, was a second ago. These are really tough.
Now, I don't know if I can talk over this, but I will just try to see if that works. Maybe we can have
It looked like a lot of gray.
There's that little.
These are really tough.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in to Sunday Summary, and now I'm going to go review YouTube myself to see what I actually just uploaded. So have a blessed week, and we'll plan on doing this regularly now. I'm back on schedule. Have a blessed week.